All right, YouTube, Truth Man here. Let's talk about, because you know a lot of women be trying to say they virgins or that they was a virgin. And recently it just came out, I think it was J.R. Wisdom that did a video on the porn star, what was his name? Jason Love, that was getting fleeced for child support because the girl, he believed her when she told her she was a virgin. So I want to talk about vetting these women that say they virgins, and you know how you can find out some of the things that will give away that she's a virgin, and some of the things that give away that a lot of them are not virgins. So let's just get into this. I've had virgins, multiple, and I noticed that it was something different about them than about even the say low body count girls. And we're going to talk about that right here. We're going to talk about it right here. Like, any girl that tells you she's a virgin, one of the first things, like the basic things I want you to do is look right in her eyes. You're going to find a twinkle. You're going to find a smidgen of innocence no matter what she went through. She could be poor. If she's really a virgin, you're going to be able to see it in the eyes. The eyes is going to be different. Next thing is she's not going to have womanist or feminist views. Those things develop usually after a bad experience with men, like some type of bad experience with men. It don't just happen. Like, you show me a virgin that's a feminist too. It don't happen. Like, you can't. Like, I would be shocked anybody that could show me a true bona fide virgin that's also a feminist. Not happening. Not happening. And I bet. So I would bet on it. So you got some women that, you know, they told you they was virgins. But over time, if you know how to vet, you start learning that they was lying about some stuff. Like, vetting, part of vetting is knowing how to ask questions, when to ask questions, what questions to ask, and then remembering the answers that you got, and then bringing those questions back at a later time unsuspectedly. You'll find out, oh yeah, they've been lying about some stuff. People will tell you half the story. Like, oh, we did, we kissed. But they really did more than kiss. They was naked, clothes all on the floor. They did more. If you know how to vet, you'll see. See, Jason Love probably didn't know how to vet. He probably didn't know how to vet. Like guys, some guys, they be into sports, this, that, they never really had to develop their game. You know, girls just fall at their feet. But then other guys, they might have some of those same attributes, but they develop their game. Vetting is part of the game. If you don't know how to vet, yo, bleep is grass. With these women especially. And even with some of the women that might be a little older, they change. They might have been more sweet 20-something years ago. Now they manipulative. Now they trying to put stuff in your head. You got to know how to vet, then you'll know. So when they say any girl woman, whoever that tells you she's a virgin, you should have 50 questions for her. You should not be going for that. So what? So what? How far? What's the furthest you went with a guy? Don't lie. They start pausing. When they start pausing, when you vetting somebody and you ask them a question, they start pausing. Start saying this. 2 words. Don't lie. Don't lie. What's the furthest you got with a guy? You start finding out things. You start saying, wait a minute. Virgins don't know how to do that. There are certain things that virgins do not know how to do. When they know how to, listen, man, anybody, any dude my age, come in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. Low body count women and virgins, one thing they did not know how to do is oral SE X-ray. Right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? If they know how to do that, you know they did some stuff. They done got humped on. Guys done seen they vag, done put their fingers in there, all type of stuff. Because women were not doing that in the 90s. Tell me I'm wrong. The only women that was doing that in the 90s was women that were in porn and 304s. Tell me I'm wrong. And I'll tell you something else. With a lot of those girls, like the low body count girls, you wasn't smashing them in a month. You wasn't smashing them sometime in 2 months. Tell me I'm wrong. The 90s was different, man. That's why you had them dudes singing like that. Show me any guy from today that could sing like Jodeci, like Guy, like Keith Sweat. These dudes ain't got nothing on them. Show me one. Name somebody. I'll go to his YouTube music right now. And I'll come back with unbiased honesty and tell you if I agree with you or I don't. That's why they were singing to them girls like that, man. In the 80s and the 90s. Remember, Tender Love? Man, them dudes was singing their tails off. It's because those women, they wasn't passing it out, usually. Few and far between. So, you vetting, she said, I'm a virgin. Ain't nobody ever got this. Be like, so what's the furthest you ever went with a guy? What have you done? I ain't do nothing. Come back later on. You see a guy and he see her that she knew before you and they all friendly, hugged up. Be like, where you know him from? That's vetting. That's vetting. So y'all dudes be letting these girls be like, when they try to yell their way out of telling the truth, be like, who are you yelling at? Because that's what they'll do. Your mama will do it. If you confront your mama about something, she'll yell at you to try to get you to shut up. You can't tell me I don't know. My mama still do that. She do it to this day. You can't tell me I'm wrong. They'll try to yell to get out of telling some truth that's going to minimize their character. Women are lie to save face. They ain't going to tell you all the stuff they really did. Unless they get mad at you and y'all done. Then they might come and they'll say stuff like, I wasn't no virgin, so what? Because they know you out the picture. They'll start coming clean then. That's why don't be so quick to have kids with these women, man. Because you got to deal, no matter if you want to or not. If you fall out with a woman, y'all got kids, you still going to have to deal with her. You still going to have to deal with her. For the sake of them kids. You ain't got no choice. But if you broke up and y'all ain't had no kid, you could just leave her alone altogether. These chicks be out here talking about they virgins. Hey man, listen. I went to Jackson State, right? I'm gonna tell you a story. I knew a real life virgin. Like, so what's the furthest you went? I knew how to vet back then. What's the furthest you went? Hardly nothing. I don't believe you. She kissed like this. She didn't even know how to kiss. Be like, man, you are a virgin. And then virgins, I'm gonna show you something about virgins. Virgins, sex drivers up here. If they like you, you could tap them on the shoulder and they're gonna get moist. A real virgin. The real ones, they gonna be ready. You get to kissing on them, they gonna be ready. The ones that ain't done did all kind of stuff, you practically have to be like a Rottweiler in there, like this, just for them to get one. That's because somebody else done did that before you. Why you think the song says, like a virgin, touched for the very first time? Go look at the lyrics. Look at what the message Madonna was sending in that song. Because if you not touched for the first time, you're not a virgin. Let me show you something. Even if he put his tip in there, y'all flesh became one flesh, you're not a virgin no more. You say, but I didn't bleed. You don't have to. Some dudes will make you bleed just because they big. You don't have to bleed the first time or even that much. It's a song, 8Ball and MJG and Mr. Mike, called Stop Lying. I still listen to it sometimes. That's one of the best ones ever made, man. When the song come on, it's MJG. He said, you lie so much that when you tell the truth, no one believes you, like it's all a lie. And he brought up virgins. He said, how about these H's claiming they virgins because they pee tight? He said, you think I don't know? He said, he'll get it right. They be lying about that, man. I'm telling you, I done dealt with them. Like, if a woman is claiming that she's a virgin, right, but she could just break up with you just like that. She could just fall, just not have no feelings for you just like that. That ain't no virgin, man. One thing you gotta watch out for with these women is that dude that took their virginity. If they still cool with him when he's still around, that's somebody. It seems like it's a glare in the camera because I don't got nothing on my face. That's somebody that will smash your wife. The dude that got to her first. That's why you gotta vet the whole time. You never stop vetting. You never let them threaten you. Man, what I look like letting you threaten me? Whatever your threat is, go do it. Do it. That's the attitude you gotta have with these chicks, man. Don't ever fear losing them. See, y'all was watching too much Martin. You know Martin was acting, right? When Gina would say she finna leave, and that was comedy. You're not supposed to act like that if a woman tell you she gonna leave. Or she tell you she gonna do this or that. Me personally, if you wanna fall out with me, male or female, threaten me in some type of way. You threaten me, I'll never look at you the same. I ain't gonna trust you. You threaten me with anything. Threaten to fire me, threaten this, threaten that. I'm not going to look at you the same. Ever. And then you add stuff on top of the threats. Like, okay, for instance, let's say, let me turn the car off. Let's say your wife or your girlfriend threatened to break up with you or leave. Then you find stuff on her phone. You find stuff on her computer. She's having emotional affairs. Stuff ain't adding up where she at. And you still with her, man, she'll never respect you. You know what's next? She gonna start not having sex with you. That's what they do next. When you simp out for these women, that's what they do next. So she threatened you, and you didn't tell her, next time you threaten to leave me, either I'm gonna leave or you gonna leave. I'm not finna put up with this. There's too many women in the world. And they start trying to argue back. It's a lot of men. And I don't give, if you cuss, you should be, that's a time. I don't give a F. Go get with them. When you think about it, man, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Most guys, most of y'all, what are you really getting besides sex? Now, if you got a unicorn, you got to answer. If you got a woman that tries to be a unicorn, you can answer this question. But most guys, you're not going to be able to answer this. And when she takes sex off the table, what's left? I guarantee you she ain't doing nothing but arguing with you, criticizing you, trying to coach you. Because they done took sex off the table. And they having emotional affairs. Then what's next after they take sex off the table? Now, they're going to start to do things that's not for you. That's how you know it's time to divorce. When their ambitions are for them or for guys in the future, why are you wasting time? It's time to end that. It's time to pull the plug. If all you do with her is argue, get criticized, you should do this, you should do that. Why this? Why? What the hell is she around for? Her days should be numbered. We put up with this garbage, man. Some of these women are how you'll be looking at the kids like, well, if I got to deal with her, something got to give. These chicks ain't about ish, the majority of them. And I don't care if they do get mad. So tell me I'm wrong. If this is you rationing out sex, you don't even want to have sex with your husband. You only doing it so he won't cheat or so he won't get mad at you. So you can keep getting something that you want. If you have an emotional affair, you talking to dudes on a sneak tip. You done threatened to leave them. This is why guys don't want to marry y'all. You lie about everything. He catching you up in lies every day now. And you think you a good woman? The devil is a liar. Everybody is good in the beginning. I ain't trying to hear it. Then they try to criticize you for stuff that they doing. Don't tell me nothing about what who he talking to. Who are you talking to? If you're not talking to anyone, then maybe you have a voice. But if you have or are talking to other men, how are you going to say to your husband or your boyfriend, why you looking at her? Why you talking to this person? And you know that everything you do practically is for somebody that ain't even in the picture yet. That's how you know she ain't ish. If she is preparing herself for somebody that hasn't spent a day with her, and none of the stuff she's doing it for you as her boyfriend or her husband, you know she ain't ish. She ain't even constipated-ish. She ain't, you know how you get those little cereal-looking pebbles when you can't doo-doo? When you constipated? She ain't even that much. Trying to tell you something. Talking to other dudes. Probably done mess with some other dude. Everything she do is for other dudes. She could be doing this to help you. She's not gonna do it, but when you out the picture, she's gonna do it. And a lot of these black women, now I'm finna talk about y'all. Y'all will do way more for these white guys than y'all would do for a black dude. With the black dude, you want to eat carry out every day. For the white dude, you will be cooking practically every day. Get the hell out of here, man. This is why guys ain't marrying you. And stop lying about being a virgin too. Either you are or you ain't. If you ain't, tell the truth. Okay, how many dudes fingered you? 8? Okay, you're not a virgin. You're not a virgin. 8 dudes done stuck their hand in your pants? How is that a virgin? I'm finna start, this finna be the year of fire. They probably finna, you think they was shadow banning me before? You ain't either. Either I'm finna go viral or they finna shadow ban the hell out of me. It's up to YouTube. Cause a lot of people is saying a whole lot of stuff that I do not like. Anyway, you got to learn how to vet out these women when they try to say they're a virgin, or when they try to say they got a low body count too. Like, okay, so how many guys have you been alone with in a car that you had a relationship with or somewhere else? They say, okay, well, they trying to say they body count is 3, but you ask them that, and now all they naming all these other dudes. So you telling me that you was alone with all those guys and they ain't never hit? Man, stop lying, man. They've been alone with 10 guys. And they'll say that they're a virgin, or they only had sex with 1 dude, or they favorite number 2. Well, I only did this to 2 guys. 2 in most cases is 12 or 22. It's time, hey, listen. It's king mindset time. It's time to start focusing on our spiritual health, our physical health. It's that relationship stuff. These women, most of them don't do nothing but lie. And it ain't just black. It ain't just white. It's black, white, Latino, Asian, Indian, all of them. They're going to find a way to be a skank eventually. If they not a unicorn and they don't stay one. They're going to find a way. If she's just a good girl bent on being a good woman, then you won't have to worry about that. But you got to know how to vet, because they going to lie. Man, some of them have wing ding side to side, going back and forth sucking them. But they'll tell you they ain't never did nothing. 2 dudes at once. And they'll tell you, I ain't never did anything. You better know how to ask them questions. You got money like that, man. Maybe you should start, before I go any further with this chick, I want a lie detector test. I want to see what she telling the truth about and what she lying about. If she say, I ain't doing that, then dump her, because she hiding something. You tell her, okay, we're gonna We're going to ask questions on this lie detector test that do not incriminate us and do not bring shame. We just going to stick to what you've been doing with other women or other men or whatever. I ain't doing that. That's because you lying. You a lying broad. It's money. Get money, man. Y'all, man, listen. This, me personally, the paying for it, all that stuff, me, I can't do that because I ain't dealing with nobody that I don't like or that I don't know like that. But from a logical, leave the spirit out of it, from a logical standpoint, stuff like the free agent lifestyle makes sense. Sometimes we let our morals get in the way, and that's morals work in the favor of women in relationships. And I think the Most High knew that. That's why he put the knowledge out there. You just got to go out there and grab it about polygyny. Read about Samson. Read Judges chapter 16. Read about Samson. Samson was something else. But yet the Most High still thought enough of Samson to help him get his revenge. I believe Samson got right with God before he died. The thing that made him fall out with God is he broke that covenant. All the stuff it say Samson did, paying for prostitute, all this stuff, it led to the sin, but that wasn't the sin that made the Most High take his protection off of him for that moment. The Most High don't like when you do what Samson did with Delilah, when you do what David did with Bathsheba. The Most High don't like that simping, man. I'm telling you. He wants you to be like Jehu. Check this out. Jehu with Jezebel. Jezebel tried to put her makeup on. You already know she was looking good. Probably had her hip out. Jehu said, man, throw that broad down here. Them eunuchs grabbed her and threw her out the window. She broke her neck and got ate by the coyotes or hyenas, whatever they was during that time. Just like he predicted. Just like Elijah said. But what was Jezebel doing? Jezebel was turning all those guys against the prophet. Because that's what Jezebel do. Jezebel is against the prophets. She was messing with all type of people. Open relationship. That ain't biblical. That ain't polygyny. Read, man, y'all got to learn how to read the Bible. Hey, listen, all you little telekinetic, you talking about energies and all that. When you discredit the Bible 100%, you lose me there. That's where you lose me. Because you can't discredit the Bible 100%. It's fragmented. Everything in there ain't the truth. You have to know how to dissect it. But when you try to just disregard it all, you done lost me there. You done lost me with that one. And I'm coming forward. I'm watching a lot of stuff. I'm looking at what people believe and stuff like that. It's my job as a prophet. Some of y'all dudes, you know I'm coming. Pause, but I'm coming for you. You know it. You already know it. You walking around like you know everything about God. I don't even know everything about God, and I'm a prophet. He ain't gonna tell you everything. He gives it to you in portions. He'll give you a little mystery here, a little mystery there. But anyway, thanks for watching. We might have time. I don't know. We might do another video depending on how time looks. But stay tuned.